Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and for taking the time to send in all your wonderful support, feedback, and comments. You guys are brilliant. Keep it up. And always a thank you to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for continuously keeping me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. And for those of you who are interested in personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before or you've forgotten the information, you can get more information and my contact details by going to my YouTube channel's homepage, clicking on the little About button. And you can also see that same information by looking at the description attached to all the videos that I post. Turnaround time for personal readings is usually pretty fast because I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So I can usually fit you in for a live or recorded reading within a 2-week period of time. Sometimes a little sooner, but usually around then. You can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings, love and romance, career, work, and finance, spiritual readings, channeled messages from past on loved ones, and I also have specific spreads designed for specific areas to relationship compatibility, reconciliation chances, career paths, and I also do a 6 and 12-month overview that looks at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there, and I will get back with you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact. So these are general readings. If you know your rising and your moon sign, make sure to watch those too. They can provide you with additional insight and clarification. Sometimes they may play out a little more predictively for you than your primary zodiac or sun sign. These are general readings, and so they can resonate differently for everybody who's watching in different degrees and intensity and timing. But the energy and advice for the reading, regardless of what area it is playing out in your life, the energy and the advice always remains the same. It's fundamental. So, all right, this reading is for the fire sign of Leo, our lions, our feisty felines for the month of April 2018. Let's see what April has in store for Leo. Okay, Leo, we begin with the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords, followed by the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Wands. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the Queen of Swords. So Leo, oh, and also my background's a little bit different. No, I'm not traveling, which is usually the reason. I'm actually recovering from foot surgery, which I had a couple of weeks ago, which doesn't really affect my work at all, except I have to keep my leg elevated, and I can't do that at my desk. So for the time being, I'm doing all of my readings from my couch or my bed or something of that sort. That's why it's different back there. So Leo, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 Pentacles cards, which is earth energy, and that usually manifests in the tangible area of our life, like money, finance, property, real estate, job, what gives us stability, what we do day to day. You have a lot of that energy here. And you also have 3 Swords cards, which is thoughts, mental, intellectual energy, belief systems, how we look at things, and how that affects the way that we relate and communicate and operate in the world. You only have 1 Cup card and 1 Wand card. And your guidance and advice and focus is the Queen of Swords too. So I think for you, this is a month, Leo, in April, where you're being asked to be more practical and to think a little more clearly and in a grounded, logical way, a realistic way. More than it is about, emotions and relationships so much, although some of that may be the case in here. You're definitely being asked to rethink things, particularly in terms of your long-term goals. Your overall energy and guidance is the Queen of Swords. Swords is that air energy, and kings and queens represent individuals who are in mastery of their suit, the character traits of their suit. They've matured and grown and evolved beyond that young immature energy of the page and the spontaneous impulsive energy of the knights. It's like being a child, being a teenager, and a person in their 20s, and they've gotten to a place where they're they've learned, matured, grown, they're more responsible, and they're grounded in the inherent character traits of their suit. Swords is smart, clear, insightful, thoughtful, linear. Think logically and practically first. Do not let your emotions cloud things, particularly in terms of how you're acting. This is your advice and focus for the month of the Queen, for the month of April, Leo. Is you have all that lovely fire energy, but I think you're being asked to temper it with a bit more air and earth energy this month. Think more clearly, insightfully, logically, practically, analytically. Think more linearly this month. We begin with the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So more earth energy here. Aces represent, you have 2 in this spread too, which I like to see, because aces are like a little extra blessing, a little extra help or boost in a spread as well. They represent the number 1, so they always represent the start of something new, the beginning of a new path, or the opportunity to do so. Seeds. As I always say, we live in a free will zone. You can plant seeds and do the work to help them manifest and grow. So this is a new beginning. A practical, tangible new beginning that's going to have a difference in your practical day-to-day life. So often, not always, this card sometimes shows up for moving, relocating, starting a new job. Sometimes it can represent receiving a sum of money that enables you to have a practical new beginning. It's a new beginning in the area of your life that deals with your day-to-day life, whether that's job or moving or relocating, or some of you might be moving or relocating to start a new job. Or you may just be starting over in your financial career job life, where you have an opportunity to. The Ace of Pentacles is clarified by and accompanied by the Knight of Cups. There's actually 2 knights sitting next to each other, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Knights can represent other people. This might represent a water sign person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. They represent often the speed at which a situation moves, because they're known for being very fast moving. And they also often represent an offer or opportunity being brought to you, or you extending it outwards, but often being brought to you, because they are the deliverers of the tarot. They go off to achieve missions and quests, accomplish it, and bring those results back. So this could be sometimes an offer of love, someone declaring their feelings for you, you know, maybe wanting to take you out, or offers of emotional support too. And I feel like in this tangible, practical new beginning, I feel like a lot of you have at least one specific person in your life that's there to actually help you start over in your life in a way that's going to make a difference in your practical day-to-day life. It could be your financial life that needs starting over again, or your job life, or something, you know, being practical and resourceful about how you navigate your day-to-day life. I feel like there's at least one person for those of you out there that's offering their support, or that's there for you to draw on. And I actually feel like the next 2 cards are representative of that same person. Next we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the help that they're offering is both emotionally supportive in nature and practical in nature with this Knight of Pentacles, because what he brings is practical help and support as well. And he's crowned by the Queen of Pentacles, who she's reached the master of her suit, which is Pentacles. So she's very practical, logical, capable, resourceful. She's loving and nurturing and caretaking too, because she's a queen, and they do have that nurturing, more of a bit of a nurturing energy than the kings do. But in a practical, hands-on way. She's the one who shows her love and devotion and help to other people in practical ways, you know, helping them do things. Or, you know, she's the one who runs her home and makes it look effortless, you know, and maybe works a job on top of it. She volunteers twice a month at the local whatever, and she's very good, very capable, very resourceful, and she's bringing practical help. And I feel like both of these knights, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, are manifestations of her, or who she represents. Now, the person who's in your life that may be operating this, Sun, Moon, or Rising, might not be a pentacle sign. But in the area of your life, this practical area of your life that you have an opportunity to start over again or have a new beginning in, I feel like they are manifesting as a caring, compassionate, but very practical, hands-on person in helping you achieve this new beginning. Now next we have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, the Ace of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is traditionally a card of pain, emotional pain, heartbreak, heartache, sometimes breakup. I actually don't feel like for the majority of you this is like new pain, or this represents emotional pain, but I don't feel like for the majority of you this is new pain coming in April. I feel like this is old pain, or this is something that's always been there, or that's something that comes up every time maybe you go through a breakup or something. I feel like for some of you it might not even be relationship pain in the sense that it's specifically about love and romance relationships. I just feel like it's a sense of emotional pain that kind of covers a lot of areas of your life. It could be in relationships, it could be in job, career, work, or financial area of your life. I feel like some of you maybe have been operating a certain way for a long time and feeling kind of stuck in that, or not knowing how to do it differently. And it's time to really have a hands-on practical new beginning. You have support there. And this is going to go a long ways towards lessening and reversing this, because I feel like this has been present there from a series of just life experiences that you've had. And this month you have the opportunity to do something different and get a different outlook and a different idea and perspective on what has been causing you pain in your life, because that Three of Swords is accompanied by the Ace of Swords. So here's another opportunity for a new beginning, but this is in our thoughts, which is what swords represents, air energy. It's about our belief systems, how we think, our words and our ideas, and how that affects the way that we see the world, relate to the world and the people in the world. So this is your epiphany, the light bulb going off on your head, over your head. A new idea, a new perspective, a new way of looking at something. This sword, the Ace of Swords, comes in and it cuts away all extraneous fantasy and illusion and illuminates the reality and truth of what something really is. And I feel like this is going to give you a better and clearer idea of what and why, what has been causing you emotional pain in your life, whether it's in the relationship arena, or because I feel like this is a kind of a blanket thing in your life. So it looks like the opportunity to do it differently and to think about it differently is present in April. And at or towards the end of April 2018, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. I like this combination for you, Leo. So tens represent completion. Pentacles is that earth energy. Completion or culmination. The Ten of Pentacles in the tarot was originally historically referred to as the inheritance card. And what does inheritance really mean? It can represent receiving a sum of money or a piece of property or something like that. But what does inheritance fundamentally mean? It represents a present feeling of abundance, whether it's in finances or your surroundings, something that gives you a sense of security and stability and continuity. But the reason it's there, it's because it comes from the long, slow accumulation of what went before it, which is what inheritance is. It's what you get that your parents, your grandparents, etc. built up over time. So it speaks about a sense of safety, solidity, continuity, not having to worry so much, whether it's money, finances, or just in your life overall, a general sense of peace and security and stability that comes from the weight of history that was put into it before that. What makes you feel safe and stable in your life over all of your life. It's accompanied and clarified by the Two of Wands, which is about long-term thinking and planning, looking down the road. This man is at a crossroads, which I feel like you are, and you have the opportunity to take a different path this time, Leo. This man is at a crossroads. Do I go left? Do I go right? The key to choosing the right path is to knowing where you want to end up, being very clear and definitive about that, and then choosing a path, which in real life means taking action steps to work on that path to get you towards where you want to be. It's impossible to plan for a journey that doesn't have a destination, and it's impossible even if you have a destination. It's not possible to get to that destination until you start putting one foot in front of the other and moving towards that. And whatever your goal is, it actually means doing the work to get you to that goal. So it's about looking down the road. What's my ideal? Where do I want to be? Where is my sense of stability, comfort, security coming from? Do I need to make a different long-term goal? Do I need to make, what's my long-term goals? What kind of choices do I need to make, or better choices do I need to make to get me to that long-term goal? What do I need to do to work towards that so I can actually achieve it? Looks like the opportunity to do that is present in April, Leo. And it looks like you have at least one person there who's offering you not just emotional support, but pretty practical, hands-on help as well to get you going on this new path, to get you to be making perhaps better decisions and thinking long term in a different and healthier way, so that you can have the security and abundance that you want and that you need and that you deserve to have in all areas of your life. So Leo, that pretty much wraps up your, so remember, the overall advice too is to think with a bit more air energy and earth energy this month. We want to draw in a little more of that practical, grounded, hands-on energy, and to think very clearly and linearly and practically. Practically, is that a word? If it's not, I just made it up. I probably didn't, but so anyway, it's drawing on more of that energy for the month of April, and that's really what you're going to, what's going to be really helpful to you in a practical way. So Leo, that wraps up your April 2018 general reading. I hope you found it useful and helpful. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal, tailored just for you one-on-one reading with me, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you and set up a reading with you as quickly as we can. If you just have a simple, easy question or two, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instant Go under Irish Gypsy, and all of that information you can get by clicking on the About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and also by looking at the description attached to all the videos that I post. I will see you all in a couple of weeks, Leo, for the April 2018 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, Leo, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.